Hey guys, Mustang here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so now we are going to have a look at the, hopefully, full potential of the physical final form cooler EZA. We did do a showcase on him earlier today where we took him into the the Goku Family Infinite Dragon Ball History stage, because that was the stage that I ran with him in a recent video before he got his EZA, and I wanted to see how he had improved. And if you haven't seen that video, we beat the run so quickly we actually didn't get Cooler to his full maxed out passive. So we're going into the GT Legendary Goku event now. Obviously this is currently on Global, the hardest of these long form events. So we are going to see what we can get out of our boy. So 3.5 million attack stat on turn 1 when he has no support units but all of his links active. That is pretty good. His starting defense is around 200k. I think that's with support actually, so probably even slightly lower than that on the first turn here. But we are running the double cooler team. This is similar to the team that I used in the earlier video, but I've taken out units like Kid Buu, who obviously in the GT Goku event can be a bit of a liability. We've replaced him with the Int Janemba, and we'll have him on a rotation with one of the STR coolers. We'll probably transform one of the STR coolers, have him on rotation with Janemba, and then that means we've got the untransformed STR cooler floating, who will be a support unit, Garlic Jr. obviously, and then we have the Tech Golden Frieza as well for defense. Probably should have him on main rotation really. I could do a rotation. I guess I could do a rotation of him and Janemba and just not transform either of the coolers, but I mean I want to transform Cooler because I do kind of want to see STR and physical Cooler both like final form sort of going at it, because obviously physical Cooler builds up his passive with each attack performed, so you have to attack 10 times to get his passive fully maxed. But obviously STR Cooler, when he's transformed, he infinitely stacks attacks. Obviously he doesn't have like a ceiling for his the level that his attack stat can get to. So with this Tech Frieza, as he transforms up his various forms, he will eventually get shocking speed. And once he has that, he shares every single link with this physical Cooler. So they are a really, really good rotation together. We'll put Cooler in slot 1 because obviously we want him to get his attacks in. So he's just under 200k defense with no support on the rotation. So let us go ahead and just grab these. Might as well grab same type orbs here. Just keep topping up the Dokkan bar. But yeah, we should tank normal attacks for double digits with no problem. And we're already at 4 million attack stat for him with no support. So obviously you want him to get as many attacks as possible. So turns like this, where you go into a rotation and the enemy is almost dead already, is obviously not ideal, but we can make that work for us here. So I think we'll just go ahead and transform this Cooler. I need to remember to reactivate the... that's a misclick, but there we go. I need to remember to reactivate the active skill thing, because I turned it off for doing the actual physical Cooler EZA event, because I was using AGL Bardock and just transforming him every single time. So I do love his active skill, but we didn't want to watch that like 30 times on the stream, so I turned it off. I need to remember to actually turn that back on. But so Janemba is obviously going to be good at tanking throughout the event. Obviously when we get to the final stage he can't dodge, but then he has type advantage, so I mean he guards anyway, but he's going to be able to hold his own against the full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, so we don't need to worry about that. And the only real liabilities, unfortunately, because obviously I still really love STR Cooler, he is a fantastic unit. He's starting to get a little bit dated just in terms of his defense. So when we get into the later stages, especially when we hit the Super Saiyan 4 final 2 phases, STR Cooler or Garlic Jr. Will take a lot of damage from like a super attack. So we definitely still have to be careful once we get to that stage. But I'm very interested to see what Cooler is going to be able to get up to. So I think he's attacked 3 times now. So if we put him in the middle... Have you got shocking speed yet? Oh, you do. Okay, see, they have all of their links active now. So with the support from STR Cooler, he's at 243k defense. So I think what we'll do though is we'll put you in the middle, let you get your attacks off before you have to take any more hits. And we'll see what attack stat we can get here for him. I'm obviously most looking forward to the turn when we get to having like Garlic Jr. in slot 3, and then of course the fully maxed out passive, and then we're going to start seeing some big numbers. So very good attack stat from the Frieza, but of course Goku gets the dodge. And then Cooler coming in. Can we get all of the additionals from the passive? So we get the second attack, which converts into a super, 5.2 million. Can we get the additional from the hidden potential? Oh, let's go. Up to 5.6. So triple super attack turn from Cooler. All at around 5 million attack stat. That is very, very good. So he's going to have pretty solid defense at this point as well. And then STR Cooler at the end here obviously has the type advantage, so he's going to be all good. Doesn't quite take him out, but that gets us onto the next physical Cooler turn faster, so I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and do... Actually, yeah, let's just put you in slot 1. Grab these. And then these. We got the... I've often used that support memory now, because not a lot of the support memories are really good for long-form events outside of the ones that are for specific category teams. So I think the Android 17 and 18 one is a useful one to use because it's kind of like a free healing item. So I use that one quite a lot for random teams in these long-form events. So, okay, now we are on to the problem stage. The stage that everybody knows and hates, the good old Great Ape. So Cooler is sat at 300k defense, which is really good. Still not really, we don't really want him to be taking a super attack. So the Great Ape stage is definitely a good time to go ahead and activate your first item here. Get these 2 turns of solid defense. And then let's drop these impulse down here for Garlic Jr. So yeah, 300k defense. He's attacked, what, 6 times? So he's still got 4 more to go before his passive is fully maxed out. 6.3 million attack stat from Tech Transforming Frieza. Yeah, this rotation's pretty crazy, isn't it? Like 2 Extreme Z Awakened Wicked Bloodline units. 6.16 million from Physical Cooler here. And we get the additional from his passive, just the normal attack, but then the additional super from the hidden potential comes in clutch again, 6.8 million. So his next super attack, he's going to be over 7 million. Well, I guess we won't have Garlic Jr. on that next rotation. So, but yeah, he's looking real good. That's another 3 attacks. So that means after the next turn, he will have his full passive active. So really, really good. The Whis is still in effect here. So we don't need to worry about the Coolers getting absolutely destroyed, which I would be worried about normally. STR Cooler, though, of course, remember, guaranteed crits. He has the chance to additional super, because even though it is the Great Ape, the game, in terms of like the passives and the special abilities and stuff, it's still considered to be a Goku, so it's still a pure Saiyan enemy. So Cooler is still going to get the guaranteed crit. If he gets an additional super attack, then obviously more big damage. Okay, we don't get the additional super, only the normal. So unfortunately, that means we won't be finishing him off this turn. Watch STR Cooler take a super attack in slot 3 now. But at least with the Whis, we can survive. Oh, if that had been an additional super. Look at that. His health bar, his remaining health is basically invisible. Is he going to super me? Oh, he actually isn't going to super me. Okay, good times. So now we get to transform into Golden Frieza. This is kind of unfortunate, though, because this is the... when you transform into Golden Frieza, this is the turn where you get a 100% guaranteed crit. And so, obviously, we are not going to get that here. This is annoying, because it means we don't get the extra attack for Cooler either. Because can't really risk putting Cooler in slot 1, because if we get super attacked here, it's going to be big damage. We're also getting the Dokkan attack now as well, which is the worst timing possible. I was going to say, at least if he super attacks Frieza here, Frieza would survive and then basically get all of our HP back from the Dokkan attack, which, man, this Dokkan attack would have been crazy. Guaranteed crit. We got no support on the rotation, but all of his links are active. He's got a 6.3 million attack stat. So this is going to be one big crit here for this Great Ape that has like 1 HP. So, yeah, 8.3 million. Okay. Would have been nice to get that in the next turn against the Int Goku, but it is what it is, I guess. Alright, so on this turn, as far as the defense goes overall, so STR Cooler does have 225k defense. It's not terrible, but if he takes a super attack, he definitely takes damage. Same with Garlic Jr. Obviously, we're on full HP at the moment, though, so I don't want to use an item straight off the bat here. So we should be able to live taking a super, because we should tank every single other attack on the turn for double-digit damage. So no one here should get one shot by a super. If we're lucky, Janemba will get supered. But alright, looks like Janemba not getting super attacked here. Alright, Cooler up to 4.7 for the STR Cooler. Obviously guaranteed crit. Can he pop off here with the additionals? I really want to see Physical Cooler just absolutely go off against this Goku, because obviously we have type advantage. If he's attacked 9 times, then it means the first attack of the turn is going to be his passive fully maxed out. So yeah, 300k damage from the super from Goku there. Quite a lot of damage, but it is what it is. Garlic Jr. should tank the normal attacks here reasonably well. Mine only has 1 dupe, so he's 69%. His links are all at around 8 and 9. I think he has 1 or 2 that are at 10. Not big bad bosses yet, sadly, but yeah, he tanks for double-digit damage. And we can go ahead and... I think we can go ahead and put Cooler in slot 1. Although the 2 Coolers have Metamorphosis together, so... Let me see. Is that the only link that they're missing? So they don't have the same link set once they get to Golden Frieza. Okay, so he drops Metamorphosis once he gets to Gold. So I think what we do here is we'll go ahead and Princess Snake. And then I think we just put Cooler in slot 1. We don't even risk that Frieza taking a super, because thanks to the item use, we're at full health anyway. So 1 attack away from being fully built up. Cooler is at 316k defense. That's with the support from the STR Cooler, which, as you'll recall, is 30%. All of his links active except Metamorphosis. Metamorphosis at level 10 does give a little bit of attack and defense, so his defense would actually be slightly higher than that. So that's a very, very strong showing there for Physical Cooler. Let's go ahead and see what attack stats we can get, because this final super is going to be him at max. So 6.5 million with no support. Well, I say no support. Cooler on the rotation, 6.8 on the follow-up. So that should be him fully maxed out here now. And get the double super. That's a lot of damage. Double-digit damage back. Love to see that. If Frieza can actually get a crit here, then he potentially finishes him off. But unfortunately, type disadvantage can be a cruel mistress when you don't get those crits. So take a bit of damage here. We got the Princess Snake active, so outside of a super, we should be tanking everything for double digits. STR Cooler here at the end, taking a super attack would definitely not be ideal, but he's tanking the normal attacks for double digit damage though, so that is still pretty good. And then no super, so we are looking good here. Let's go ahead and do this. The only problem with this setup is there's no... I guess we could do this now. Change up the rotation a little bit, because I don't really mind too much if Golden Frieza's not getting a super, because he's not the biggest damage dealing unit. But unfortunately, STR Cooler and Janemba, they don't share any key links, so they would be a really good rotation on some teams. I think Physical Cooler and Janemba link up slightly better, so they could be useful on a different team build. But yeah, take Golden Frieza, tanking the super attack here, and then Janemba 2.3. Is that going to be enough? No, I needed the crit. But fortunately, our boy in the 3rd slot here, he gets nothing but crits. So STR Cooler coming in, 4 million. Again, like I say, not the best link partner with Janemba, but he will go ahead and finish off Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku next. This is what we came to see. Cooler's passive is fully maxed. We've got Garlic Jr. on the rotation for the most possible support. He does also have Metamorphosis, I believe. Yep, so Cooler's full link set is active. So his defense, 367,000. And that's really good. Like, this is not an unrealistic rotation, right? This isn't like a showcase where we brought Kid Buu, but you can't really bring Kid Buu into tough events because he'll get you killed. Like, this is a perfectly good, reasonable rotation for this event. And Cooler is sat at 367k defense. So that is really good. Frieza's at 363 as well, so he's no slouch either, bear in mind. So let's grab these. We can get the physical orbs for Cooler, and then the Indoms for Garlic Jr. So we are at full health. And let's go ahead and see what our boy Cooler can put out here. No items active. So Frieza going to get super attack straight away in slot 1. He's got pretty high defense though, so I wouldn't imagine... Oh wow, 362. That is more than I thought, but everybody on the rotation now for the rest of the turn tanks for double-digit damage. So 7.1 million, wow, from Frieza. This is what I've talked about in the past. I was mainly talking about like the legendary Goku event once that started to become easier. And now a lot of teams can do this on the GT Goku event as well. As long as your units are strong enough defensively and your team has enough HP overall that you don't get one shot by a super attack. Wow, 7.5 million is his max on this setup here. That is pretty damn good. He didn't get any additionals though, unfortunately. His EZA is very reminiscent of Physical Vegito Blue in the sense that he's going to look very different on a turn where, like that, where you get his super attack and then you just get the guaranteed additional normal, compared to a turn where he triple supers, because then obviously he is putting out monstrous levels of damage in that scenario. But we have to go ahead and use the other Princess Snake here. We shouldn't be able to finish him off this turn, which leaves us open for a nice big showing from Cooler next turn. There's a whole bunch of physical orbs here, so we'll just go ahead and do this. So if he's going to super attack again this turn, ideally super attack Janemba. But yeah, that's what I was saying about the team. Perfect, okay. As long as you can survive a super attack without getting one shot completely, and then everybody else on the team is good enough defensively to tank for double digits, that's when you're in that sort of meta shift where this event becomes not so difficult, right? Because as long as you can't get immediately killed in one turn, you always have the next turn to like regroup, to heal and use an item. The most annoying runs on this event have been when you're trying to do the specific missions for the certain categories and stuff, and you'll have maybe 1 or even 2, 3 units on your team that once you get near to the end, every single turn where they're on rotation, you're pretty much just having to cross your fingers and hope they don't get super attacked, because otherwise you'll die. And once your team gets past that sort of threshold, you can definitely see a huge difference in the amount of power that you can put out and just how easy it is to make it through. So we know Frieza can survive. Look at this. They've basically got the same defense. So now this is without support. So Golden Frieza has every link except Prodigy's. Cooler has every link active because of this Cooler in the last spot. So they have every link except for Brutal Beatdown. And then what does Physical Cooler have? Shocking Speed. So that's where they lack, because I think Janemba has Shocking Speed. So Janemba and Physical Cooler together work really well. But we'll go ahead and do this. I know we take around 300-ish K from a super, so we will just use a Whis here. And then hopefully, if he can actually come through with the additionals, Physical Final Form Cooler will finish off full power Goku here. So Frieza obviously going to be able to tank for double digits against normal attacks with the Whis active. 6.3 million. Very solid for him. Like, his EZA obviously is fantastic as well. And the fact that they work so well together, such a strong rotation now. And of course he's going to get the super attack in, but we got the Whis active, so we don't need to worry about that. And here comes Physical Cooler, 6.34. So that's him with no support with all of his links active. 6.34, very good. Come on, give me the super. But there he goes. Unfortunately, that's the only complaint that I have about him, and it is exactly the same as Physical Vegito Blue. I want to see the turns where he does that 3 times. I don't want the turns where he does it once, does an additional normal, and then that's it. So obviously you could give him more in additional in the hidden potential system. I did lean a bit more towards crit, but he does have quite a decent amount of additional. I think mine has like 11 additional, 20 crit. Maybe I'll switch one of those to being a bit more additional, but I think you would agree that the EZA for Physical Final Form Cooler is pretty busted. Like, he's pretty damn good. He reminds me of the Super Saiyan 4s in that his EZA is not exactly complicated. They just bumped up his stats and then they gave him a build up with each attack performed. But when you see the final result of the numbers that he's putting out, both offensively and defensively, it's hard to argue that he is very good. So someone mentioned it in the stream chat earlier during the actual EZA event. I might do a video trying to compare him to the Super Saiyan 4s and try and decide which one I do think is the superior Easy A. Let me know your thoughts down below, and if you'd be interested in seeing that as a video, because I think I probably will make that at some point in the next few days. I do want to try call it out in a bunch of other events first as well, though, so we'll see how that goes. But let me know all of your thoughts down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.